Access 2010 is considered a relational database, meaning that the data is split into tables that are interconnected. In this lesson, we'll create relationships between our 4 tables and set the referential integrity. Start by clicking on the Database Tools tab, then on the Relationships button. Click on the Show Tables button, and then double-click each of the 4 tables. Now, I have a tendency to click on Add thinking I'm going to close the window. So if you do this, it will accidentally add in a repeat of that same table. You can see the _1. Go ahead and close the Show Table button. Click on that extra table and hit the Delete button on your keyboard, and it will disappear. Now, hold your cursor over the bottom edge of the customer's table until you get a double-headed arrow, and then click and drag down so that you can see the rest of your fields, and do the same thing on the sales reps table. So let's start with our customers table. One of the fields is sales reps, and it gets that info from the sales reps table. So let's drag the primary key field, emp ID, from the sales reps table and drop it on sales reps here in the customers table. It brings up an Edit Relationships window showing the source field and the destination field. And we want to click in the checkbox to enforce referential integrity. Then check both Cascade Update and Cascade Delete related records. Cascade Update means if we make any changes to the Employee ID field, it will make the same changes in any other tables that use that field. In our case, if we change a sales rep's ID, it would make the same changes in the customer table. If we didn't check this, we could potentially find sales reps in the customer table that no longer existed. Those are called orphaned records. Cascade Delete means if we delete a sales rep from the table, it would delete that ID in the customer's table as well, leaving the field blank. We could then assign a new sales rep to that customer. We also have a join type to set. Click this button here. There are 3 states. Only include rows where the joined fields from both tables are equal. Include all records from sales reps, and only those records from customers where the joined fields are equal. Include all records from customers, and only those records from sales reps where the joined fields are equal. Now, most of the time, we use the first one. But in cases where we would want to see reports that included the sales reps, even if they didn't have any assigned customers, we would choose this second option. If we wanted to run reports that included all of our customers, even if they didn't have any sales reps, we'd choose that option. Let's go ahead and choose option number 2, and then click OK. Now notice down here the one-to-many designation, indicating that there can only be one of each rep, and that each rep can have many customers. Then click Create. You now see a black line running between the sales reps table and the customers table. There's a 1 right here, indicating the one part of the relationship, and there's an infinity symbol right here, indicating the many customers that each rep might have. Notice that the line goes under the products table. You can drag the tables and move them around to your liking. In fact, let's move sales reps over to the left and move all of these tables over. Next, the customers all place orders. So let's drag the Cust ID field over to the customer field in the orders table. Enforce referential integrity and Cascade Update and Delete so that if we delete a customer from the database, all of their orders will disappear too. We don't need to adjust the join type. We won't ever have customers that haven't placed an order, and we won't have orders without customers. Click Create, and you'll see the one-to-many relationship. There's no arrow here the way there is here because we did a normal join type instead of a type 2. Now let's do the same from the SKU in the product table. Pick it up and drag it to the product in the orders table. Enforce referential integrity, but only the Cascade Update. We don't want a Cascade Delete because if we discontinue a product, we don't want that product's SKU to disappear out of an order. We also don't need to change the join type. Click Create to finish. Now, click the Close button, and Access will ask to save the changes. Say yes. Now all of our tables are linked together, and Access understands which pieces of data interrelate. Relationships will also allow us to bring data together from the different tables into our forms and reports.